Hey everyone, welcome back to 8-Bit Generation X, the place where the worlds of professional wrestling and old school video games collide. So let's power up and dive right into my favorite time of the year. The NBA playoffs are about to start. Represent my Celtics, baseball season's in full swing, and most importantly, we're days away from Wrestlemania. I already gave you my Wrestlemania 41 Night 1 predictions and laid out how the whole card is going to lay out. Gave you the order, gave you my winners. Tonight, we're going to tackle Night 2 of WrestleMania 41. And this is what I consider to be WrestleMania. Night 2. Whew, that's going to be a banger. Not saying that Night 1 isn't going to have it's going to represent. It will. But Night 2 just seems to carry more weight. And so let's go into how the matches are going to go, how they're going to come out from the opening match to the main event. And I'll predict the winners, give you some predictions of what's going to happen in the matches. And we'll see if I'm right or wrong. Comment. Let me know if I was right or wrong, if you agreed, if you disagreed. Before we get into it, please hit that like button, subscribe, share, put on those notifications for new content. And you could also check us out on Instagram at 8-Bit Generation X. Currently, I'm in Instagram jail for something, but it's still up and running. So you can check out my page. I just can't add new people for some reason. But as soon as I'm out of jail, I'll follow you guys right back. So let's get into it. How this is going to lay out for Night 2. We're going to open with the Fatal 4-Way for the Intercontinental Championship. Now, if you had asked me years ago my thoughts on how if the Intercontinental Championship match should open WrestleMania, I feel like it would be an insult. But nowadays, no. You open WrestleMania with a banger, and that's what this match is going to be. We're going to have the champion, Braun Breaker, taking on Dirty Dom, who I feel is the hottest heel in the business right now. No one gets heat like Dirty Dom. Penta is in there as well. He's got a lot of hype. He's a newcomer. Throw in Finn Balor. You know, and what that's going to look like with another Judgment Day member, Dirty Dom in there. There's going to be that kind of tension. But ultimately, Penta will have some high spots. He'll make that crowd pop. But ultimately, Braun Breaker is going to destroy. This is the Braun Breaker show. And ultimately, at the end of the match, he'll still hold the strap. And this will be a step towards him going towards that main event level. So Braun Breaker retains the title in a intense, a lot of action, opening match. Which leads us to the second match, where the women's tag team titles will be on the line, where my girl Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez versus Bayley and Liara Valkyrie. Like, how is that going to go? Ultimately, I'm not sold on the women's Intercontinental Champion in general, that title, never mind who's carrying it. I feel like these two are just filler. Liv Morgan is entertainment personified. I can't see them taking the straps off these two yet. So yes, Liv Morgan and Raquel are going to retain the championship and continue to entertain us week after week. Bayley and Lyra will probably not even tag after WrestleMania. So Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez retain their titles. The third match, we're going to see either we'll have that Randy Orton Solo Sikoa match that is happening, isn't happening, I don't know. But for now, let's just shelve that, and we'll say that the third match is going to be the Sin City Street Fight. Damian Priest taking on Drew McIntyre. Now, Drew McIntyre deserves all the flowers that he has coming to him. He carried the business through the pandemic. He's money on TV, but you know what? I feel that they're going to be pushing Damian Priest, and this match isn't going to be the banger we all hope it is going to be, but Damian Priest will come out the winner. Then we'll come out with the phenomenal AJ Styles and against Logan Paul. Now, earlier I said Dirty Dom is the hottest heel in the business. Logan Paul is potentially, if you don't mind me saying, a future champion. And if they don't give him the Money in the Bank briefcase, they're missing the boat. That would entertain. I can picture him with it, and ultimately he'll cash in for the championship. So ultimately, AJ, you've had a Hall of Fame career, but you are going to go down to Logan Paul on the biggest stage of them all. That's no knock to you, AJ, but I think Logan Paul will be the one who gets his hand raised at the end of that match. Then before you go to the main event, before you're here, you got to go here. So that will bring the triple threat for the women's championship. We have the champion, Io Sky, Rhea Ripley, Bianca Belair. Now, the popular opinion is, of course, Rhea Ripley. I mean, she's the best female in the business right now, right? Or Bianca Belair, that she's a storied champion. She's been the most popular female superstar on the roster for a couple of years now. Io Sky, she's just in the match, so neither one of those have to take the pinfall. But no, she's the champ. She's forgotten about in this match. And you know what? I'm going out on a limb saying that she retains. She holds on to her championship one way or another. And then, finally, the match that this entire WrestleMania has been building to, for the undisputed WWE Championship, where Cody Rhodes against John Cena, the American Nightmare versus the franchise. Of course, The Rock. We can't talk about this match without just even starting with The Rock. He's the puppet master. What's going to go on in this match? There's going to be drama. This match could potentially go from entrance to the final bell over an hour. And ultimately, I think John Cena will be the one who gets his hand raised at the end, gets his 17th championship, breaks that tie with Ric Flair. And there's going to be more to this than just a championship change. The title change in hands is going to be secondary to whatever drama that is unfolding. Will Roman Reigns be involved? How is The Rock going to be involved? I have a feeling Paul Heyman will have his hands in it. I've heard rumors. We've all heard rumors of a Shield reunion. Is Dean Ambrose going to come back? There's so many possibilities for this match. This is what professional wrestling is all about. This match is going to be what both nights of WrestleMania are remembered for. I even think Triple H could pop in. Who knows? This is something to watch. But I'm going on the limb saying John Cena, heel Cena. We've been waiting to see it for years, for decades. And initially when he turned heel, I did feel it was a little too late, if you will. And this would have been cool 5, 6, 10 years ago. And this all feels rushed, knowing that it's his final year and he's way past his prime. But the story continues so much with him with the title and Cody Rhodes chasing to get his title back. You know, most people these days are multiple-time champions. And Cody Rhodes right now is a one-time champion. I can see him eventually being a 3, 4-time champion. And you can't do that until you lose it. So Cody Rhodes, American Nightmare, you've held the title for over a year and you've represented. But you know what? The dream ends and becomes a nightmare, if you will, on night 2 of WrestleMania. Again, like, subscribe, turn on the notifications, comment. Again, tell me if you think I'm full of it, if you think I don't know what I'm talking about, or if you agree. I've been watching wrestling a long, long time, and I'm pretty good at predicting what's going to happen, in my humble opinion. So please comment, let me know. Let's get a dialogue going. Before we end, let's talk about a old school video game. Bring back some nostalgia for the older viewers, for you youngsters. Check out this amazing game that had me hooked as a child. A 1984 classic called Excite Bike. I'm talking on a little dirt bike, jumping off jumps, avoiding oil spills, popping wheelies. You younger people are probably picturing a different game than what we were playing, but check out this 1984 classic, Excite Bike. Hey, what's up, everyone? Let's check out Excite Bike Classic. We'll do track one. This was a banger back in the day. Let's see if I can remember how to play. Popping wheelies. I'm hitting turbo. Look at that, I already overheated. Right, you can't hit turbo for too long, I guess, right? Hit those arrows, you can go more. Now you could customize your own tracks back in the day. And this was a game you could spend hours on. And I'll show you what happened when you wiped out, ready? Let's hit these. Now you young people are like, oh, there it is. Run, quick. You may think that this looks pathetic and so old or whatnot, but this was something. Coming off the heels of the Atari games, like this was. The fact that you could customize tracks. Oh, overheated again. Gotta watch the temperature gauge. I haven't been doing that. If I hit those oils, look at that. Fly. Now I'm gonna move. Oh, lights out. There was photographers in the background. The younger viewers could probably make something like this. Finish line, just like that. Minute 24. Now that's actually terrible. But look at this. Best time. I'm not on the podium. I'm fourth. Fourth place is like last place, right? If you ain't first, you're last. Anyway, that's 2 minutes of Excite Bike. 1984 classic. Again, you could design. I used to spend hours playing this game. Now, after I stop recording, I'll probably play a little more. I got to get better at that. I might even design a course. All right, enjoy Wrestlemania weekend. I'm going to be coming at you with some games with my boy Stanky. Also, probably talking Wrestlemania results on the other side of the weekend. Enjoy the Hall of Fame tomorrow night. Enjoy Wrestlemania. Raw after Wrestlemania is always, it's just as good as the show, right? So we got a big 4-day weekend. Throw Easter in there as well. All right, fools.